Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space. And we are live. Hopefully, we'll stay live. We had tech issues, literally running right up until we went live. What else is new, honestly? Honestly, what else is new? Alrighty. We shall just see how things go. I went live yesterday. A bunch of you guys tuned in. It was just a little random, chatty, nothing groundbreaking or anything. And that went great. And I multi-streamed to 2 different platforms. Worked fine. So we'll see if what today has in store for us. Because like I said, we had tech issues like right off the bat. So hello, Kath. Hello. And yeah, let's just get right into it because I don't have a whole lot else to say. It's been a long, very crappy week on my end. I'm not in the best mood, but it's kind of fun going live and talking with you guys and making things and all that fun stuff. So let me switch over here. Okay. So for those that might have not been paying attention the last few months now, Simon Says Stamp has been doing coordinating wafer dies for several of the Tim Holtz stamp sets. So I have a link in the description box below for those watching live. It's also pinned at the top of the live chat. And then the unpaid intern will help post links, etc. So back in like the fall or something, they did a bunch of coordinating die sets for several of the Tim Holtz like holiday sets, which I have. I ordered the wafer dies. I haven't used them yet. I had meant to do, a Christmas card video per month, and life has just gone sideways. So anyway. And then he's released a couple other sets that they did coordinating dies for. And then this release, the Be Bold release, from just earlier this week. The stamp sets themselves, these 3 Tim Holtz sets, these are previously released sets, like they've been on the market for a while, but the coordinating wafer dies that Simon Says Stamp has done are new, which I'm kind of excited about because, yeah, love coordinating wafer dies. Makes life a little easier. So I'm super excited, and I have plans on potentially using all 3 of these on my card in one version or another. We'll see. We'll just see. Again, like I said, it has been a week, but we'll come back to these in a bit. First, I want to do my background. So I have this little stencil. This is the Lattice tile stencil, also from the new release. And I have grip mats. Yes. Like I've been saying recently, this specific size, there's 2 of these, that's why it looks so weird. This specific size of the Waffle Flower grip mat isn't available. As of right now, it's technically discontinued. It's supply chain issues, just there's so much of that going on right now, just chaos. They are planning on like re-releasing these later, but this 8.5 size is not available. However, I do has a link to this size of one, which isn't a whole lot smaller. And this is the one I keep like in my MISTI, but you can use it however you want to use it. So I just thought I would point that out. Because yeah, just dealing with all the things. And why are they called wafer dies? Because they're wafer thin. Wafer thin. Back in the day, the original wafer die, or the original dies, were steel rule dies, which was literally bent pieces of really sharpened steel attached to wood that had like big thick foam. Those were steel rule dies. And then wafer thin dies, that was the name, wafer. They're thin. See? Super, super thin. So, yeah. Simon has partnered with Tim Holtz, because Heidi, the owner of Simon Says Stamp, is friends with Tim Holtz, to make coordinating wafer dies for his stamp sets. So, just a nice bonus. Alrighty. So let's do our backgrounds and the insides of my cards, because you guys know I like to do the insides too. Let's figure that out. So I think we'll be able to do 2 today. I think we shall see. I'm not sure. Yeah, like I said, everything is a little bit muddled. So we're gonna just kind of wing it. See what happens. We're gonna see what happens. All right. So let's get my grip mats. I have some cardstock. And I have some that are called thinlits. Thinlits are a different type of wafer die. They were similar to the steel rule, but then in just a very much smaller and thinner capacity. And yeah, different products, different things. No, I don't want that. I'm getting like totally distracted here. So my card, what will be my card front and what will be the inside of my card, and then a little bit of post-it tape, same old. Do you know why most stencils are 6x6? I don't know. I think just again, it had to do with the materials used and production. It was just a thing. But nowadays, stencils are so many different sizes. Tim Holtz are very non-traditional. He's got his bigger ones and his littler ones. And then we've got 6x6. And then brands have done all kinds of sizes now. There's A2 size stencils. There's the 6x8s. There's slimline. All kinds. So this one is a 6x6 though. So this was, what did I say it was? I don't even remember the name. Lattice tile. There we go. All right. Let's. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna take a pause here. Apologies, but I can't. There. I took care of it. I can't have minors in the chat, you guys, especially when you're sharing personal information. It's that I literally feel like I'm about to throw up. So I can't. That my anxiety is now who. So yeah, just internet safety, please. My videos, while I keep everything family friendly, my lives are a little bit of an exception. When it comes to actual minors like participating in the chat, things like that, that's why I have Chris here helping, but it's just safety. So let's get back into the making so that I can I'm literally like shaking. Anyway, okay. Like I said, rough idea of what I'm doing. Okay. Yes, deep breath. Even though technically my videos and my space is a safe space, it's still the internet. And yeah, yeah. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. So, my plan is to do some layering with stencil, possibly one of these stamps. I have some splatter plans. When do I not have splatter plans? And we're just going to see where this goes, because rough idea in my head. So I've got Simon's Seafoam ink, and a blending brush. And I don't want to do, I've got little like pieces. There we go. I don't want to do the whole background. I was thinking if we start kind of in the corner and work our way out. and then let it sort of fade. That's the plan. That's the plan. So we'll start with this, and then we'll just see what happens because you just don't know. We just don't know, you know? So there we go. And then because I'm using a stencil, this will make it easier for me to add something to the inside of the card. And yeah, so there's one. And then let me, I can't even, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So take that one, and then we'll just put the stencil right onto the inside of the card. And let me move this over a bit. The thing with this one, unlike how I show in other videos, a lot of times I'll show using the stencil and then I'm just taking, like I did that other stencil in the last video I did, the birthday card with the florals. And I always talk about using, like, not re-inking my brush, pulling off whatever ink is on my stencil, etc. In a case like this, there's not much here. You know, there's not a lot of solid stencil area where I can pull ink off of, etc. So in a case like this, doing this on the inside of the card, I'm going to just use the ink and I'm just going to use a lighter hand because I want it more like this on the inside, not the solid, even though this is such a light color. You know what I mean? But we'll just do a little tappy tappy. Ooh, and maybe make sure that the stencil is pressed down so it doesn't move. There we go. And then just a lighter hand. So it's not as intense, but again, this is like SEAFOAM. It's the lightest aqua ink, so I could go in like full strength and not really that big of a deal, honestly, because it's light enough that you can easily write over it. But yeah, if you're using a much darker color and something similar to this, just do a much lighter hand. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm very distracted now. And as is tradition, the minute I go live, my nose starts to run.
Do you want me to get you a Kleenex?
I have them. I keep it handy. I ripped it. Whatever. Oh my goodness. If it's not one thing, it's nothing. Thank you, Linda. That's funny. It's all good. I'm calming down now. It's all good. I just, yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Let's do that and then see where we're. Oh yeah, that works. So then, you know, just a lighter version of what's going to go on the outside of the card. Okay. And then we're going to repeat the process. Yeah, I'm just like, what am I doing again? What? Anyway. All right. So that's the beginning of the card front. It's definitely not. We got more. We got more. There's always going to be more to add. When is there not? And then post-it tape. My trusty old post-it tape. The same. I reuse. I've talked about this before. I reuse the same piece over and over again. I just stick it to like the top of my die cut machine, and then I just keep reusing it until it's saturated and it is no longer viable. Is the rule of thumb with that. And then the post-it tape is just, I put it right where the score line is on the card base so that I don't end up getting ink past it. That's the only point of that. Okay. Hello, Jessica. Yes. Yeah, YouTube notifications are...
I didn't actually get one this time, which is kind of weird. But it might be that I was already tuned in kind of thing. But usually my phone's still
Yeah,
on.
usually you do get a notification. So yeah, don't... Yeah. Like I was talking about this the last live. Notifications are a real hit and a miss. Um, yeah. Yeah. Technically, the rule of thumb when it comes to these freaking algorithms and the robots, the more you interact with a content creator, the more you like, the more you comment, you know, just the more you interact, it just keeps telling the algorithms, oh, this person likes it. This person, like, push more, push more, push more. That, in theory, that's how it's supposed to work. But does it always? No. But it does. It legit helps. Like, I've seen it myself. I've seen it with other people, but it's still just a hit and a miss. So a lot of you guys have told me about like setting alarms and things. I do that too. When I know certain people are going to go live, I just set an alarm on my phone because, yeah, the notifications are so random. Like, I'll get notifications that so and so went live on Instagram yesterday, and I'm like, thanks for that. That was great job, letting me know. And then that same notification will pop up 13 more times throughout the day, and I'm like, I got it, understand, can't see it, it's gone. So yeah, and I'll rant and rave about it because it affects my job, and it's really annoying. Like, it is. Okay, so regardless of what colors you're using, anything like that, building it up, especially if you're trying to do like a fade, which I just love doing because, man, this was something I used to struggle with the most back in the day. And now it's like, oh, look at that fade, you know? Oh. I got notifications last week, not this week. Exactly. You know, it's, I don't know. Like, it would be wonderful if it was an actual option to like press a button on my end to like send out notifications. That would be cool. But then also I would forget. So really, it just is what it is. And yeah. But that's why I try to be consistent. I've been working really hard. This is the one thing I've been consistent with is 2 p.m. Central on Sundays. That's it, man. It's the only thing I've been able to keep up with. So generally, if it's 2 p.m. Central and it's a Sunday, I'm gonna be here. That's as far as I go. Drum roll, Chris, for the fade. Yeah, it's a good thing he doesn't have sound effects.
Oh, goodness.
Or the option to add sound effects. It would get...
There'd be so many slide whistles.
So many slide whistles. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that... It's... Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can just imagine
Inappropriate
how...
slide whistle.
Inappropriate slide whistle. Although I still need Kathy Zielski's. She's got the one where she's like, "You're doing it wrong." And I was like, you need to send me that clip. It's her saying it.
Is it?
Yes. Like, she said it and then she saved it and she would use it sometimes. And I was like, I need that.
We definitely need to do this.
Like, you're doing it wrong. But yeah, don't give me any ideas. I could make many sound effects, or it would just be phrases and things that are inappropriate, and you know. Oi, okay. There we go. See, oh, and I did it on the inside. Didn't need to, but a little bit of a fade too, because it's just fancy, you know. It's just fancy. Okay, that was the easy part. And I'm literally now getting my thumb in my ink pad. I'm doing great. I'm doing great today. Today's great.
You got a green thumb?
No, I wiped it off. If you wipe it off quick, you're good. And no, I don't have a green thumb. My thumb is black. It's too cold still here. We still got a couple months before we can check.
Oh, goodness. So cold.
before we can check and see if the plants have come back. Oh, that got me. Like the Pete guy who plays the trombone for sound effects for his mom. Those videos,
Yeah.
I think I've shown them to you, haven't I? Love them. So glad none of our children play that instrument. Or that Chris has access to that instrument, because he'd do that.
Any sort of brass
Wah,
instrument.
wah. Yeah, all the time. All the time. God, it would be awful. Anyway. I missed where it was, but the Prairie paper and ink, I live in the middle of the prairies, and I play with paper and ink. That's the origin of the Prairie paper and ink. Because back in the day, when I started my blog, in the dark times, literally, that was like almost 20 years ago, you didn't use your name, so I had to come up with something creative name. And I was like, I literally stayed awake for like 3 nights trying to think of what am I going to call it? And then I was like, how about Prairie paper and ink? And it stuck. So I'm going to need that. Whatever. I'll come back to it. I'm going to need these again in a minute, but we'll get to that. Let's just move things around. I got to remember what it is I'm doing. So I got my background. And then I was thinking, because the thought process is kind of all over the place. So I also have this die set that I'm planning on using. This is the new Lush leaves, which I can pretty much guarantee is going to be in my like regular rotation, because I'll just be using it frequently. I was thinking maybe a little bit of that. Got some leaves. I did some pre-die cutting. I actually did a tiny bit of prep today, just cause. And then, I was kind of thinking, a bit of that, and maybe a bit of that. Do. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just see what happens. You guys, seriously. Okay, so we got those. Do I want to trim these down before I start? No, I'll if I decide to trim anything down, I'll deal with it later. So, yeah, this is the Botanic, not botanical, Botanic collage, and just wait. Naming things is hard. Blogs, Instagram, animals, children. All my kids barely got named before we leave. Actually, that was one thing I was good at. Naming my children. I'm very good at it. I have many.
And they all have several names now.
Yep.
Such as Doofy and
Doofy and Stinky and anyway. No, that is one thing and I find that funny, because I had no problem really. I took a long time with it, everything, naming my kids, yada yada yada. But ask me to name anything else, and Chris knows this. Like when I was talking about this yesterday, my little Stardew Valley game, and you have to name your character, you have to name your farm, you have to name your animals. Same with Zelda, you have to name your horses. All of them are Horsey, Horsey 1, Horsey 2, Horsey 3, Big Horse. My current Stardew Valley one, it's like Stardew Farm, or like Test Farm, and it's like, what do you want to name your pet? I'm like, Fluffy. I can't come up with names. It's the worst. I hate it. Anyway, if I was gonna have more children, I'd be like, this is something I'm good at. I can come up with good names for my kid. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, okay, back to what I was doing. Botanic collage. Botanic collage. This set, very collagey, very, very Tim Holtz. The wafer dies, I'm not going to use them today, but I did like snip them apart. And what I thought was cool though, because I was like, oh, this is how I would want to use them. The wafer dies are meant to cut out the actual like element, like so, which I thought was really cool, so yeah, so you could stamp this and then stamp it again and pop this one up, etc. Like I said, I'm not using, because these I'm going to use as background elements, but I just thought that was cool and thought I would point that out. But yeah. I called my colicky infant fusser. Oh, I know, right? Like so many of the uh little names and stuff. One of my cats has half a dozen names exactly. And I way back in the day, I had a cat. It actually wasn't mine. It was a sibling's cat. Started out as Tiger, and then it became Tigger. And then it became, because the more we got to know the cat and how dumb he was, because he was dumb as a brick, dumbest lazy cat. And then he became Frig. Yeah, so we just called him Frig. So yeah.
Really though, we name things without knowing their personalities.
Exactly. So. With pets, it's like until you got to get to know them. It's kind of the same with children too. Kind of, really,
which
it's like
is why they all get nicknames too.
Yes, true. So anyway, okay. Got this. What am I doing? I don't know. Someone tell me. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Yes, Gina. Yes, and I have them. I do have the dies linked. Like you can get them as a combo with the stamps and the dies, and the dies are available separately because especially with these 3 sets that I showed earlier, these were previous releases, so a lot of people probably already own the stamps, so you can get the dies separately, and I did link to that. I did remember for once. Yay me. Okay, how do I want to do this? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not even kidding. I'm like all over the place. We'll figure it out. Let's do this. Since these are cling stamps, because the Tim Holtz stamps by Stampers Anonymous, red rubber on cling foam, so they are obviously thicker than your standard photopolymer. So you got to take out, whether you have the grip mat or the foam insert that the MISTI comes with, whatever, you got to take all that out when you're using red rubber. I am going to use one of my little sticky mats. I probably don't need to, but it's just habit. I'm so used to now having things like stuck in place where they belong. I love it. And then if I do this, so stick that in place. And then I was thinking we're going to just do this kind of like rather. Yeah, let's do it. Do that. And then we'll just ink it up with some Altenew Obsidian pigment ink. I just thought something intense, I guess. I don't know what I'm going for. I legit have no idea how these cards are going to turn out. We'll see. It's going to be a surprise for me too. Yes. This is working. In fact, I might even be able to fit the other one I wanted to fit on here. Will this fit? I was thinking of kind of putting this one like here. Just like that. Yeah. Oh, that'll work. Will this one fit? Yes, it will. There we go. Perfection. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Alrighty. Okay. I'm gonna ink up that one and this one and just give it a whoop. Yes. So now we're getting there. And then with these types of mats that are actually sticky, the easiest way to remove your cardstock is to bend the mat, and it automatically, starts popping up the cardstock. There we go. So then, since everything's in place, I can stick this into the same spot as the other one. And now I can do this all in one step. So if I was going to do more than 2, I could just pop it in, stamp. How do you clean the sticky mat? I just rinse it under water. You don't want to scrub these type of ones, these ones with like the sticky stuff on it. You don't want to scrub them. I don't use soap. Brutus Monroe does have a cleaner specifically, and it says right on the bottle. I don't even know where it is because I've honestly never used it. I ordered it and I've never used it. But he's got a cleaner that you can use, but honestly, I just rinse it underwater. So whatever staining remains, I don't care. I don't care. So I rinse it underwater and then I just let it air dry, and it's good. So that's all I do with these, and yeah, it it works. And then I keep the little cover, which I already, oh, here it is. I keep the little, let me stamp this, the little cover that it comes with on this so that it's not picking up a bunch of dust and, you know, lint and dust and all the things. There we go. Love it. Love it. Okay. Oh, I know what I forgot to link, but I think it's linked in my most used. Let me get to that in a second. So we're going to peel that off just gently. If you're using lighter weight cardstocks, you want to be more careful, especially when they're brand new, because they're even more sticky. These aren't like super sticky, but they got a grip to them, you know. But if you're using lighter weight cardstocks, you want to really make sure you're bending this and just being careful, because thinner cardstocks, you know, just depending, they could really stick to this. I knew a girl named Felony. Ah, man.
She used to marry a misdemeanor.
A misdemeanor. I forget what oh, that's right. I'd sent Chris a meme the other day, and it was like some of the most popular baby. So anyway, I sent it to him as a joke because I was like, oh, we should have some kids because these are amazing. The names were horrendous. I'm not even kidding. Like, oh, some of the things people name their kids now. And yeah, anyway, okay. I'm sidetracked, as always. I'm literally the dog from Up. I mean, it's a squirrel. Okay. Cleaning stamps. I think they're linked in my most used, which I always post a link to that below my videos now. It's like my most used tools and supplies, whatever the heck I called it. Stamp scrubber. And then, regardless of what stamps I'm using, but I'm doing this now because I used like a black pigment ink. So I want to give these just a quick clean. These are my go-tos, and they're like used up. Simon's Ultra Clean Spray. This one will remove everything. Any ink, no matter how stubborn, old stains, everything, it will remove. If whatever you're cleaning, whether it's a rubber stamp or photopolymer, you use Ultra Clean on, and like it's still stained, that's like permanently part of the stamp now. You know, so you don't got to worry about it because this will clean it up. My only peeve with this is it does leave a residue. So I only use this when I absolutely need to, because it just, you know, but if you give it a wipe afterwards with a baby wipe, whatever, it's fine. But this is good stuff. I've used Ultra Clean cleaner. Other brands have it too. Hero Arts has it. Simon's got it. I think a couple other brands. It's good stuff. Is it linked in my thing?
No, I'm putting it in right now.
Oh, you're putting that, but check under my video. And
stuff?
No, it says my most used.
Oh, your most used category?
Yes. Click on that and just make sure it's in there, because it should be in there. Okay. The other one I really love is just the Brutus Monroe Squeaky Clean Stamp Cleaner. This one I like. This is a good one.
It's not in your most used.
It's not?
No, if you want me to.
Are you sure? Are you 100%?
I'm looking for Ultra Clean, right?
Well, no. Look where the scrubber is, because I would have put it beside there. Yeah, I can see it from here. It's there. Scroll up. Scroll up. Right along the bottom there. See? Oh, look at those 2 bottles of cleaner. Yeah. He can't find the ketchup bottle when it's in front of his face. Anyway.
I thought we were looking for Ultra Clean.
Well, they call it all kinds of things. Anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program. So, yeah, we're just gonna give this a scrub while I'm here, just because I don't want to get my elbow in the mess. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm like, you guys have some interesting. My mother went to school with a family that named their kids Thumper, Velveta, and Colby Jack. I love cheese too, man.
I know, but I wouldn't name my children after cheese.
The ADHD is strong today. Yep. Yep, it is. That's I suffer from that 100%. And on days like today, especially if I'm feeling a bit stressed, I'm literally just all over the place. Anyway, we'll just give that a quick little swipe. Okay, we're good. They don't need to be pristine. I just like to remove, you know, pigment inks, etc. So the next time I go to stamp this, it's good to go. I don't go worry about it no more. So I don't even know how these were arranged on here. I don't think it really matters. Does it matter? Not really. Not really. Kind of. 'Cause now I'm annoyed. We'll just do that. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. It's fine. It's fine. Amy's OCD is also starting to like be triggered. Stress, man. It's what it does to us. Okay. So I got my backgrounds. They're not done, of course. They are not done. What we're gonna do is shimmer spray because why not? So, mica stain. I've shown this in a bajillion videos. We've talked about this on the lives, everything. They are technically holiday products. However, Simon Says Stamp has been carrying them all year because they just stocked up. Simon Says Stamp also has them individually because they're technically sold in sets of 3, but Simon Says Stamp has separated them and sells them individually, which is wonderful. So the thing to note, whether it's specifically this brand, just any type of like shimmery spray, gravity, all of the good stuff settles to the bottom. So you gotta shake it up, really good. You know, give it a good shake the devil out of it, and you just what you're looking for, because you can see all that fabulous shimmer, you know, solidify the bottom. That needs to go away. That needs to get mixed up. Alrighty. I went to school with a boy named Thing.
Thing 1 and Thing 2?
Thing 1 and Thing 2. Chris and I call each other that. Like
Yeah.
Thing 1 and Thing 2. Just cuz. Yeah, people, I don't know.
Everyone wants to be unique, but...
Yeah. I wonder sometimes. I'm like, do you ever picture your children as like, 'cause that's what I do. I was like picturing them like in school, picturing them as adults, and then say the name. And it's like, if this sounds stupid, maybe rethink. But anywho. So you shake everything up. Splat box for the win. Let me move other things out of the way because this potentially could get messy. We shall see. We shall see where this goes. Okay, got my little splat box. And then if I kind of place this sort of on an angle, because I want to spray this way is the plan. And then, yeah. Okay. So yeah, give it a good shakety shake. And then now you can see there's none of that chunks. It's all now dispersed. So it's all beautiful and fabulous and wonderful. And my ex-brother-in-law named his child Harvest Moon.
If you're a fan...
I can't totally... Like, Robin Williams named his daughter Zelda.
Yes, he did.
You know? So, and he literally did it because he was playing the game.
Yeah, but he did it before it was cool to name yourself after video game characters.
Well, yeah, he gets the, like, he got the leg up on everybody on that. But you know what I mean. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Can't go wrong with shimmer. You guys are distracting me with the comments. No, I just want to sit and read everyone's stories of, like, weird names. And yes, my splat box is insanely well used. The amount of layers that are in this, because this is the same one I've had since it was first released. I forget when Tim released the Splat box, which again we'll point it out for the inner petty ones, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Splat with an L. Splat box. Anyway, the same one. Like, mine is like warped because I've used it so much, and I have a backup that I purchased, but this works, so I'll just keep using it until there's nothing left of it, you know? And yes, you can cut down your own box. The amount of people that I see sometimes in comments that just lose their minds over, like, why would you purchase? Because it's convenient and the way it's shaped, and I really like it. Do you have to purchase it? No. That's the beauty of what we do. You don't have to watch the videos. You don't have to purchase the things. You know? You know? So, let's do this again. Oh, just give me a sec. Trying to. Thank you, Connie. Thank you for the super chat. I very much appreciate it. So, with these, and this kind of applies to any spray, when you just spray it, you get a spray. And it will vary too, even with the same types of products, because some, like just the nozzles, all the things. You know, sometimes it'll almost spray in like a circle. Sometimes it'll do whatever. However, pressing it all the way, spray. Pressing it halfway, generally with most sprays, you'll get the splotchy bits. And that's what I wanted. I want the splotchy bits, you know? Because it just gives it that extra something. And it'll also be shimmery, which is what we love. We love shimmer and sparkle because Amy is a magpie. And I want more splotchies on this one. Just cause. Whoop. There we go. Yep, good enough. Okay. Okay, so now we can just let those dry. I can set aside my fabulous Splat box. I can wipe up the mess I already made. And then always with, especially with these and oxide sprays, anything that has like pigments or shimmers in them, always make sure to just take the second to really wipe off the nozzle so that that stuff isn't drying on there. 2 seconds, you know, and then it should be good to go. And then just like always, I highly recommend, highly recommend storing these upright, because these are so pigmented. Same with like distress sprays and oxides. They're so pigmented. And someone once commented when we were talking about this, and like storing them on their sides. I only have them on their sides when I'm working with them, because then it's easier to mix them up. But I will not store them on their sides, because all it takes is one leak. You're going to have a nightmare of a mess. So that's okay. Yes, exactly. Kath's got it. The $5 was, it was $5 and it comes all flat. In fact, Chris, I think it's beside you on the other side of the computer tower on the floor. I think there's another Splat box. Is it there? No, I lied. It's right in front of your face. In between that white container. Literally in front of your face. No, don't stand up. It was literally in front of your face, on the side, on the right-hand side, right there. Oh, left, down, right there.
Oh.
There we go. Here's my backup, so I can show you guys. That's how the Splat box comes. That's how it looks when it's new and pristine. And then this is how it looks after you've used it for like 5 years.
It's warped.
Yeah, oh yeah, mine is warped, and it's yeah. Because I've used it.
So
Best $5
I've
I've spent, really. And because just I like the angled edge of it. But again, cut down a box. Use a plastic container. Whatever works for you. It's all good. There's no rules. Okay, back to the Marijuana Pepsi is a real name. I think she's a lawyer. Oh, you guys. Again. Now I want to just sit down and like start Googling people's names. Anyway, okay. You guys are distracting me.
Your kid Florida man.
That was one of the names on that meme, not Florida Man, but remember the one for the girl's name? It was America.
Oh, nice.
Was one of the names. America. Anyway, back to the schedule program. You guys, it's just fun. This is why I like doing live with you guys. You guys cheer me up and distract me, and it makes everything take longer. I'm fine with it. It's just chaos. We're good. So there's our backgrounds. You know, I didn't throw the into everything but the kitchen sink at it, but yeah, there's shimmer. In fact, I can show. I'll show the shimmer. Where's my other one? Let me. Oh, there we go. It's sparkly and amazing, and this is why I like the mic stain sprays, because they're beautiful. Okay. Can you fold it back down after you use the Splat box? Technically, yeah. I've never bothered to do that, but you can. Yeah, because the pieces kind of click in right here. See? They click in. So, and it's cardboard. So you could ooh, let me do this carefully. I probably can't. Mine's literally kind of sealed shut with the amount of crap I've put on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you technically could if you wanted to, but because of the way I literally keep mine stored, I can't show you guys, sideways, like under my desk, because I have like a little narrow spot and it just fits in there. Like literally within arm's reach. That's how I use it. So, okay. We got that. Now we got our die cuts. So we'll let that fully dry. That's pretty much almost dry. But these were the Lush Leaves die set that was part of Simon's Be Bold release. And like I said, when I was showing these, I'm sure I'm going to use these a lot in future projects because I like them a lot. They're very beautiful. And I like leafy die cuts. You can cut up your Splat box when you're done and make backgrounds. I've had so many requests from people for me to do that. With mine, I literally won't ever because there's so many layers. It just comes off. In fact, you guys keep distracting me. It's all your guys' fault. It's all your fault. I'll show like on an edge here how like this is just a wet wipe. Like there are like this is not. There's so much sludge built up that I would never make it. Like it's just so much. And besides, I'll probably be able to get a few more years use out of the thing, so I'm fine with it. Again, best $5 ever. So let's go back to our little die cuts here because I want to add some color to them because I don't want them to be plain. So we'll just stick them onto my little grippy mat. Mine would fall apart. It's sort of exactly same. So would mine because I just use it so much. And then we got a couple of green inks and a little green brush. A little green brush and some green inks to make green leaves. Oh, the shock. It's just mind-blowing what we're doing today. Okay. There we go. So we got those. And then I've got cabbage and artichoke. These are the newer-ish. They've been out for a while. I think they came out back in the fall. Greens, I forget. But they've been out for a while. So we got those. And we're just going to do really simple inking on these guys. I decided to do it this way versus like I could have just die cut these from like, some green cardstock. That would have been fine. But when you do ink blending, you can get more variation. And I thought, oh, these dies or these die cuts aren't so finicky that it's going to take me, forever. It's like, look at that. One down. And then we're gonna I missed what was going on. Seeing like chatter about Johnny Cash. So we'll start with our lighter shade, which is the Cabbage. Cabbage? Yes. Cabbage is the lighter shade. Artichoke is the darker shade. And just slapping color on. Like, the beauty of these inks especially is they do smooth out. They dry back, which means they lighten a bit as they dry, but they also smooth out and soften. I've talked about this in a lot of videos. That's why I really love these inks, because while some of my ink blends, like on the video or while I'm doing it, can look like an absolute hot mess, by the time everything's done, they've just smoothed out. It's like, oh, looks like I spent 10 times more time on it than I actually did. We'll just get that green ink on there. And oh, all of this, by the way, is Simon's 120-pound smooth white cardstock. That's what I've been working on so far. Just same old, just my go-to. Okay, we got that. Regret not getting these. I know they're yeah, love them. And then we'll go in with the darker shade. That was the artichoke. This one I'm going to start with a little lighter hand until I see how I feel about it, and I'm keeping it more, you know, towards the stem and the base of the leaves, just to give everything that little extra, you know, depth. Difference in results than using the pouncers. Pouncers pounce the ink, you know, straight up and down. I like the pouncers. If I was just using one color, I would use the pouncers, because I could have these done in like 2 seconds, you know? But because I wanted to blend more than one shade, that's why I chose brushes this time. But yeah, when I'm just wanting to like cover die cuts with color, or if I'm going for a specific, like an ombre, you know, an actual variegated like ombre, so light, medium, dark, whatever, I'll use the pouncers for that, because that's also quick and easy, and I don't buy, especially with these types of inks, I don't even need a brush. I'll just use my pouncers, because the ink kind of does its own thing and blends out, and life is easier. That. Going with some a little lighter again, just because I can. So you can see the difference, like having 2 shades versus just one. That's also why I like doing more than one color at a time, because then I can actually show things like this, like side by side. Like, this is doing it one step, adding an extra step, you know, the difference it makes. Alrighty. We'll go in again with, and I keep forgetting the name, artichoke, cabbage, artichoke. I'll remember the names eventually.
You name your children after them.
You're a cabbage and you're artichoke. And they'll be like, what's an artichoke? I've never had one. I've never tried one. I love cabbage. I love sour cabbage. That's Ukrainian in me. Sour cabbage. Oh, the best. Especially when you use sour cabbage to make cabbage rolls, which no one in this household likes because they're all heathens.
Okay with cabbage rolls.
That's not what you said last time. I love cabbage rolls, but they need to be made with sour cabbage. It just, to me, that's the only way cabbage rolls should be made. They're so good. So good. So good.
I'm more of a borscht person.
I like borscht too. Oh, yeah. Yup. Anyway, always goes back to food. But yeah, artichokes, I've never had them. It's never appealed to me. There we go. Okay, simple. And so then you can, you can't really, but this is hard to show. But what I was saying, yeah, you can't really see it on camera. Like this is like I just did this one, and see how this one is, you know, had a minute or two to dry. Like what I was talking about it like softening and drying back a bit. That's what I mean. So these will look like that when, you know, give it a couple minutes basically. Okay, artichoke and cabbage. Yes, sauerkraut. Oh, I love sauerkraut. Like sour cabbage, sauerkraut, all of it. Yep, yep. I can literally eat it like by the bowlful. Haven't in a very long time, but it's good stuff, man. Really, almost anything pickled. Pickled beets, pickled asparagus, pickled carrots, spicy pickles.
Yes.
You know?
Spicy pickles are good.
Oh, yeah, we love spicy pickles. Anyway. Okay. I lost the cover to this one. There it is. I was like, what is happening? Okay. Okay. Let's put the cover on this because I don't think we need it for anything else. I'm pretty sure. We'll see. We'll see. So I got my greenery. Got my backgrounds. We have some greenery. Doodly doo. And then we need some pops of color. That's what we need. We need pops of color. So I got some white cardstock. And then this set, it's just called Watercolor. And again, Simon has done coordinating wafer dies. And I think for this one, I'm not going to use I'm just going to use acrylic blocks. This is the plan. If we use just a couple of them, do like that guy and that guy. You know, let's temp all of them. Let's do them all. And then we'll just, a couple of them will probably go on the inside of the card. That's the plan. We don't have a Trader Joe's in Canada. That makes me sad. I've heard a lot of things about Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
I think I probably would like Trader Joe's a lot. I think I'm like their core demographic. A very basic white chick. Okay, so let's just start. And we'll just see how these turn out. Because again, I've got very random ideas. And it would help if, pro tip, you stick the clingy side to the block or the lid. Yeah.
Good tip.
Follow me for more tips and tricks. Okay. So about that. Oh, it's been a week. Oh, yes. Let me scroll back. Yes. The grip mats, you clean them just like you clean your stamps. So your stamp cleaners that are safe for photopolymer stamps, those two that I showed earlier, 100%. Do not use alcohol, rubbing alcohol, I suppose, and that kind of stuff on photopolymer. It can damage the photopolymer. And the other thing with the grip mats, I'm not sure. I don't know if like someone has been saying that or not. It never even occurred to me, but do not soak these either. Same with your like photopolymer stamps, because this is the same material as high quality photopolymer stamps. Don't soak them. Like you just need to rinse them, let them dry. Because I think excessive water exposure can like wreck them, from what I understand. So yeah, you just wipe them clean like you do your stamps. You can use a photopolymer safe stamp cleaner, which those two are, and you're good to go. You're good to go. Okay. Yep. Do I know what I'm doing? No, I don't. I have no idea. I just work here, man. Okay. Okay. So then we've got some inks and our stamps, and let's just see what happens. Yeah, let's just see what happens. So what I wanted to do, okay, I need to like actually move. I have random plans, random things. We got our ink pads. Let's move these guys over because I need more space. I'm going to lay my flour sack cloth right here because I want to spray a little bit of water here and there. Not stamp cleaner. Put the stamp cleaner away. Plain water. Okay, let's just try this. Let's do a little bit of rock and roll, the old, very old, oldie but goodie technique. So you ink it up in one color and then you just rock the stamp. So basically I'm not pressing it flat. So I inked it up with a lighter color, which was honey. Now I've got sweets and I'm just gonna rock the edges of the stamp into that. Just like so. And then give it a light mist. Just because I can, you know? And then we're just going to stamp it and see what happens. We got a butterfly, you know? Okay. So we got a butterfly. The leaf wafer dies were Lush leaves. You want to post that in the comments again? Yeah. Everything is pinned in chat as well as underneath the video. And then the unpaid intern is also adding them to the chat. Again, you guys, my brain is just like, meh. So then this one, let's ink it up with the pink. We'll do it again. This time we're going to use a little bit of violet. And just, this time I'm kind of only rocking like the top little bits. And then again, just a light mist. Nothing crazy. Can you use a baby wipe on the grip? Yep, I use baby wipes all the time. There we go. There we go. Hello, Lynn. Okay. Yep. So, we did those two. Now let's try, I'm going to set that one aside. I'm like, I don't know where, there it is. I was like, I don't know where anything is. Okay, so we did that one. And then we can do, let's just do this one in just purple because it's so pretty. You don't need to mist them with water. It's almost, again, it's like a weird habit when I'm playing with Tim Holtz products. It's like, more techniques, play with it, rawr. Yeah, isn't that like, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. Okay, so that one's purple. In fact, I want to do a second purple one. I like that color. So ink it up. Give it a little mist. Stamp her down, you know? You know? Okay. Let's do that one. And then let's do this big one with, let's do the purple. But then rock this in the pink. There we go. Make sure you grab the mister, not your stamp cleaner. Ooh, I like that one. How fun is that? Okay. I hope I didn't ruin some of my stamps because I didn't know that rubbing alcohol should be used. They should be fine, but just don't make a habit of it. Because yeah, I think it has to do with the fact that like alcohol will like dries out things, so it can like over time can cause like damage to photopolymer. But yeah, And yes, when you're doing the rock and roll technique, depending, you can kind of see it. Like the ink pads will pick up some of the color. I'm not too worried about it. When this is all done, I'll probably just give this a quick dab with a paper towel just to pick up a little bit of excess ink, and then it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, let's do this again. Got that. Gonna rock it in there again. Give it a little mist of water. Yeah, I really like that. Really like that. Okay. I got that. And then I want to do... yeah, I think these ones I just want to stamp just as is with the yellow. This honey ink. We're going to have way more than we need here, but... Ugh, love that. Love it. Color is fabulous. Yes. Yes. Okay. And then this guy, which we'll just do straight up. Probably pick up. This one we'll do in the pink. Mist with a bit of water. Stamp it. Love, 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 love. And then give that another mist. Oh. Beautimous. Fabulous, darling. Fabulous, darling. Okay. We got... the funny thing is, well, I'm going to use that ink roll. Those ones I'm not even going to use. Don't want to. I want to use that one and that one. Maybe that one. Put that on the inside. Yep. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. But ideas, you know? All kinds of ideas. That's what it's all about. Now I'm losing all my acrylic blocks. And then let's get those out of the way. And then wafer dyes. Where are the wafer dyes? Here we go. Let me pile up my ink pads. Thankfully, I did this ahead of time as well. Yes. So, where's my other? Let's take this. I'm not using those. Gonna take that. Save those for a different project. Then we've got that and that. Okay. So then we can just tape the wafer dies in place, die cut these, and then get the wafer dies into place. Make sure they're lined up. Use little bits of washi tape just to hold everything so that these don't shift when I run them through my die cut machine. There we go. And then that's not that one. Oh, that's that one. And then this one. Yes. Yes. Okay. So then we just gotta got this guy in place. And then this one. Okay. There we go. And there we go. Okay. now to die cut. And yes, you technically can like cut into the magnet with the Anagraphin Empress machine. However, I don't like doing that. Personal preference. Personal preference. Can you ink blend on vellum or does the ink stay on top? The ink for the most part stays on top. Yeah, I rarely do any type of inking on vellum. I've done the technique where you can like stamp an image on vellum and then you flip the vellum over and you color on the back with like alcohol markers. That works. But as for actual ink blending, like you can do it, but it takes absolutely forever to dry and I just don't bother, you know. But yeah, you can do it. It takes legit forever for it to dry. And you can't, for the most part, heat set on vellum. You just, because vellum, if you've ever heat embossed on vellum, it's so thin. For me, it's more hassle than it's worth. I would rather ink blend on just cardstock. And then I use vellum for, little die cut accents or, little decorative layers, etc., etc. So, yeah. Because yeah, vellum is its own little finicky beast in that sense. Okay, is this for this one? Yes. Okay, let's do this one more time. So got our little die cut butterflies. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. I'm gonna get that in there. And then get that in there. Go boop. And then repeat the process with these. Where's my... I can't even keep track of anything. Then this one. Nope. Yes. Yes. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Kath, for answering that. I know, having the coordinating wafer dies. Love it. Can you fussy cut all these? Yes. You can fussy cut anything, really, But are we gonna if we don't have to? No. It's so much nicer to just have the wafer dies. My brain stopped for a second there. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then we'll die cut that one. I'm gonna have to get you more M&Ms, aren't I?
Soon.
Ooh.
But these ones have lasted like 3 or 4 weeks now, so I only eat them when I'm in here.
I know, I've noticed that they're like off to the corner.
Yeah.
That's funny. Gotta keep... He may be the unpaid intern, but I do pay him in peanut M&Ms.
That's perfectly fine sort of payment for me.
Yep. It's all I can afford, man. Okay. We got our butterflies. They're so pretty. Loves it. Loves it, loves it, loves it. Okay. Die cut wins all the time. Yes, always. Like, I fussy cut when I gotta, I don't have a problem with it, but if there's a wafer die, I will always use the wafer die. It's just... I only do fussy cutting if I'm doing paper piecing, which I've done a couple videos recently. Actually, the last live. Was it the last live or the one before? One of them. We did paper piecing and fussy cutting. That was fun. But, yeah. If I've got a coordinated wafer die, I'm going to use the wafer die. So, we got some butterflies. Just trying to think how I'm going to want to do these. we'll probably keep one to go on the inside of the card. So we do that. My sentiment, I also did some prep work. Shocker. I know. Not something I normally do or have time for. I used this is at the moment, this is sold out. It'll get restocked. So this is the new A2 nesting frames. I used this in my previous video, that happy birthday card video. I used the second largest because the largest frame is A2 sized, and then I use the second size of frame. But I'm not using the frames today. I'm just using the little hello word in the set. So let's put those back in there so I don't lose them. And I already did one, like I do. And then we only have to adhere the second one. Okay, also let me put these wafer dies back in their little package so that I don't lose these either, because I would cry. And I'm not joking when I talk about losing stuff. I lost an entire pack of watercolor paper. I still don't know where the heck it went. Like, I was looking for it the last couple days and I can't find it. I'm going to find it in the stupidest place. I know it, and it's driving me insane. But because it's like a big thick pack of pre-cut, because I cut it all down and I don't know where it went. And the gremlins probably stole it and I'm really annoyed. So anyway. Oh, yeah. Will it be on next Sunday? Easter Sunday.
We'll have to talk about that, I guess.
To be determined. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
But possibly. It's going to depend on things. I'll let everyone know ahead of time, because I usually, set stuff up on the Saturday, like before.
You might be busy cooking is the thing.
I'll be busy cooking. Me? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I totally, I don't even know what date is half the time. Yeah, I'll let you guys know. As of this moment, I would say yes, but yeah.
Yes, with a but.
Yeah, but we'll see, and I'll let you guys know if we do, or not, or I'll post on my socials and just say, hey, we're gonna take a day off for once. Anyway, yeah, we'll see. It's a good thing you mentioned that, because I know Easter's so early this year and I completely forgot that it was next weekend. So I die cut. That's what I was doing. I adhered 2 layers together. Give them a little bit of dimension. Normally I do 3. And this is Simon's heavyweight, like, black cardstock. This is the same black cardstock that I use for pretty much everything. And for theirs, I generally will do 3 layers, to give it the dimension that we love, But I did the outline in vellum, and I've shown this in a bunch of videos. What I like to do is adhere just 2 together, and then I'll stick them to the vellum. You'll have to check with the children. My kids wouldn't care. As long as they get candy, they don't care.
They love that candy.
Yeah, that's all they care about. It's like Easter candy. So yeah. Okay, so we've layered that onto the vellum outline. And then after that's adhered, the final layer, I adhere to the back. That said, with one like this, because this is what I'm talking about. You can kind of see. There you go. See, this is what I'm talking about, like adhesive showing through vellum. Like, you can see it. Not that this doesn't matter, because that's the back. You're not gonna see it. And my brain is just like, now I'm thinking about Easter and Easter candy. Oh my God. With one like this, the letters are thicker. So I have no issue like adding glue, because when you go to adhere this, you would add glue behind the letters. You know, you're not going to just slather on a whole bunch of glue, make a mess of it, because again, glue shows through vellum. So one like this, I would just, like I normally would do, I would just put glue, you know, behind the letters to hide it, stick it onto my card, go on about my day. But another way around that, and it especially helps if the sentiment is a lot thinner, more delicate, you know, scripty fonts, thin ones, etc., is I take my final die cut, and it doesn't have, you don't have to do 3. You can put 1 on the front, 1 on the back, whatever works for you. I just trying to explain the method to my madness sometimes is like, this is just what we do, okay? Okay. So I put adhesive on the final little cardstock die cut. And then I can stick this right behind the other ones on the front. And then this gives me an easier placeholder with applying adhesive, because now I don't have to worry so much about getting glue on the vellum. I just need to get glue on the cardstock. Plus, having that little extra layer while it's very thin, it does make the vellum float just a smidge. And if you really want to make float, you could add more layers. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. I think I'm cooking a bourbon turkey next weekend. Well, if you lived close by, we'd be coming over.
We would.
I lost. What was I doing here? Is there a patron saint of finding large amounts of money so you can quit your job and stay at home in the craft room? I need that one, please. Yes. Yes. That would be nice. Honestly, I've said it before. I would just like a sugar daddy, please. One that would just give me money with nothing in return.
There is a patron saint of lotteries.
Patron saint of lotteries, yeah. No, I would just like a sugar. You know, someone who will just send me monies because I have such a witty and vibrant personality.
Oh.
I say that with serious. Even Chris is like, babe, that's never gonna happen.
You can always start at the street corner and hold up a cardboard sign saying how bad things are.
Yeah, yeah. Need money for craft supplies, please.
Yeah, need money
and quit job, please. Anyway. So yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm like so distracted today. Oh, you guys are funny. Okay. This is working. Oh, I think we need to add black splatter, man. Okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. The other thing I want to do, I was thinking of adding another little sentiment. Okay, let's just set these aside. It's working. It's coming together. It's coming together. I want one of those two. I know, right? You know, for all the dumb crap that the billionaires do, they could help benefit society. We're not going to get into that discussion, but they could just send me money. That's all I want. Okay, we got the pennants. Stamp set. Show that in the beginning. I'm not going to use the pennants today. They're cute. I like them. I like that you got a variety too. You got happy, lucky, brave, wonder, thanks, hello, love you, and congrats. And then companion sentiments, which love. And that's what I'm going to use. But what I liked was the little coordinating die set works for all the pennants. So that one little coordinating wafer, it's just a little baby die set. And then there's these, which I was like, oh, these are perfect for the little companion sentiments. But what I also was like, oh, I could just use these on their own too. Nice little rectangle, So, anyway, I thought I would use just the thinking of you from this. So we're just gonna peel that out of there. And then maybe I'll use the just because on the inside. It's gonna say hello, thinking of you. Yeah, and then we'll just use the just because on the inside, because I always get out of there. Seriously, what are you doing? There we go. I always think about like the sentiments I'm using on my cards, like and who I'm sending it to, and when I'm doing ones during the live stream, since I'm directly giving these away to one of you guys or two of you guys today. Yeah, it's like, would I say this to your face? So I would say I'm thinking of you because I am, and I also would say just because. So yeah. Although one of these days, sidetrack again, but I can't resist. Even though they are currently, we were talking about these last live. My order did show up, and I'm kind of poking the bear because again, these are I think completely sold out. You can look, Chris. Look up Small Talk Snarky.
Small talk, snarky, and
Yeah. So my little order with these came, and I was like reading these out, to Chris, and I just
they're out of stock.
yeah, they're completely out of stock. I'll post on my socials when they come back in and give everyone a heads up because these are just perfection. To be honest, I'm just winging it. Life, motherhood, my eyeliner, everything. Love it. Love it. I would challenge you to a battle of wits, but I see that you are unarmed.
It's like somebody would say the Princess Bride.
I know, right? The fact that I have more clothes to sleep in than I do to go out in says a lot about me as a person. Truth. Truth. Of course I talk to myself. Sometimes I need an expert opinion. So yeah. I'm just a girl standing in front of a salad asking for it to be a donut.
That's a good one.
I admit that my weirdness is above the national average, but I'm comfortable with that. So yeah. Hey, Trainwreck, this isn't your station. I could read every single one of these out. Anyway, like I said, I will, when they come back in stock, I'll give people a heads up because we need them. Whether you use them on cards or not, they're just worth it to just sit and flip through and read a few, and then I snicker and I go on about my day. It's great. Okay, these little dudes. I'm just gonna use an acrylic block. I got, well, for this one anyway. I might for that one too. We'll see. I'm just gonna brave it. I got that. Oh, I've got my heat tool already plugged in, so it can't mess with my camera. And I'm going to heat emboss. There we go. These only because it's pretty much guaranteed that I will smear it otherwise, because pigment ink takes a while to dry. You can heat set it, but even then I managed to smear it. So we're gonna clear heat emboss it for everybody's safety. So, anti-static powder tool. A little anti-static powder. Add a little bit of that. Just get that on there. And then we'll ink up the stamp. Just like so. Already got fuzzies on there. We'll go 1. I didn't stamp that one very good, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll grab another scrap. Put clear embossing powder on there. And let me grab another scrap of cardstock, because I've always got extra scraps. Specifically for things like this. What's about you're missing? Oh, I missed the comment, but yeah, my watercolor paper it's in here. It's in here. I don't remember where I was or what I was doing. And like I said, I'm going to find it in the weirdest spot. And it's annoying because it's my Canson XL watercolor paper that I use all the time. And yeah, went to grab it the other day and I could not find it for the life of me. And I'm like, what did I do? I'm going to find it in a really stupid spot in here. And I'll be like, wow, because your brain, you just go on like autopilot and you're not really thinking. And it's like, wow. Because, yeah, it happens. It happens. I'm not like super upset because I know it's in here. And because I have multiple packs of it back, as backup, I'm just annoyed because it's all the stuff I pre-cut. Like, I put time into that. So I'm annoyed. But whatever. Okay. So we got our sentiments with the clear embossing ink or clear embossing powder on them, and then we're gonna melt. Yep. It'll be in the last place you look. Yeah, it won't even be in the last place. It's going to be somewhere random because I looked in all the places where it should have been, like where I would put it, nothing. And then I started looking in all kinds of other random places and nothing. So I was like, I don't even want to know where my headspace was at. It's going to be somewhere stupid. I'm just not sure where somewhere stupid is yet. Anyway. It's like the story of my life. You know, I do this as a job, and I think I spend the vast chunk of my time just wandering around in here. It's like that meme of John Travolta from the Quentin Tarantino movie, where he's like,
Oh,
you know which one I'm talking
yes.
about. You know,
With Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes, with Samuel L. Jackson, and John Travolta's like looking around, like, oh, you know, he's like, that's me all the time, 24/7. Okay, we got some heat embossed. Pulp Fiction. There we go.
I don't know why we couldn't remember that.
Well, it's just, again, my brain.
COVID brain.
Yep. Is that the size of the one? Yes, that's the size of the one. So we got a die cut, and I lost my washi tape. Where's my washi tape, Chris? There it is. Never mind. I found it. Well, thank you, Gran. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, everyone else got it.
Yeah, everyone else got it.
Took us a minute, man.
Yeah.
That one we should add to the list.
We should add that to the list. That's a great movie.
I have not watched that movie in many, 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 many years. Yeah. Yeah. Chris and I have been going back. It's been a while though since the last one, but we've made a list of like, I was gonna say 90s movies, but like the Alien movies were from the 70s and early 80s. But
we
like,
love those ones.
I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Shocker. I had actually never seen the Alien movies. But yeah, we've been like going back and watching like the old classics, and we now have like a list of so many movies that's like, oh, we should watch this, because it's been, especially for me, a lot of them, it has been, I either haven't seen them or it's been decades.
Oh wait.
No, I'm fine. Oh, you gave me a heart attack.
Sorry. For some reason, mine froze.
Yours frozen. Well, as long as mine still works. I deserve something for my pain and suffering.
I'll give you a hug later.
I was hoping for snacks.
Well, I could do snacks too.
Like, anyway, yeah. So Pulp Fiction's on the list.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver's just, love her.
Yes.
Love her. Okay.
Fantastic actress.
Yep. And I especially enjoyed, and I literally had to pause the movie because I was familiar with Alien. I just never seen it, but I had to pause the movie as we were watching it. The second one, The first one was great, but the second one, because that was James Cameron, and I was like, did you notice how James Cameron has like badass women as the lead role, and then the men are incredibly stupid? Loved it. Like, I was literally like bouncing like a kid watching the movie. I'm like, this is the best movie ever. And I was like, because again, I was like, this was in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know? Man. Good times. But yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time to watch. And then we like completely switched up and watched the newer Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Man, he's old.
He is so old.
He's so old.
Oh, goodness.
It was still good. It wasn't the original Indiana Jones, or a million times better.
Yeah.
But
it had that tackiness that Lucasfilms is pretty good for, though.
It was still enjoyable. There's just something about, Indiana Jones. Those ones I did see as a kid, they gave me nightmares. So fun.
Nicolas Cage ones.
Yes. We need to watch National Treasure.
Yeah.
I loved National Treasure.
I love those kind of like movies.
I like Nicolas Cage. He's completely insane, but I really enjoy his movies. He's so over the top ridiculous. And I love it. Oh, we need to watch that one with him and Pedro Pascal.
Which one is that?
You have to look it up. It's a newer one. But it's got, I'm positive, is it Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal? Anyway.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Yeah. Because the clips I've seen of that are just like Pedro Pascal like idolizes in real life like Nicolas Cage.
Oh.
Yes, like literally, like, and there's like those memes of Pedro just like giving like heart eyes to Nicolas. Like, we need to watch that one. Yeah, add that to the list
I'll watch
too.
anything with Pedro in it. So.
Oh yes, we love Pedro Pascal in this house. Okay, back to the regularly scheduled program. Some of the '80s movies do not age well. Oh, I know. Oh, so many things don't. We'll still watch a lot of stuff, and it's just like, ooh, you know, but. It's nice to look back and be like, we've progressed, sort of, sometimes, not always. Anyway, the memes, yes, make your own kind of music. Yeah, I loved the National Treasure movies, like, loved them. So yeah, we'll definitely add those to the list. Here, Chris, take my sticky notes and the pen and start, because the list is on my phone and I'm not doing that while we're live. So National Treasure, Pulp Fiction, and that one with Pedro Pascal. When we'll get to them, who knows? The list is now longer than my arm, and we don't have free time. But we'll get to it. National Treasure we can watch with the kids, though.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll like that.
They probably will.
Yeah. Those are good movies. Totally ridiculous. Totally fun times. Okay. There we go. So we got sentiments. We're getting there. We're getting there, you guys. You know, with all my distractions and my ADHD and all my issues. We'll do the inside. I'm thinking if I hear the... Okay. I know what I'm doing. Do I want to trim this down? Or do I want to just... I do want to trim these down a little bit. Because I'm going to pop them up with a little bit of foam tape, as is tradition.
Somebody recommended Shogun.
Oh, Shogun. We're already on that.
Yeah.
That's also why we haven't been watching movies the last couple weeks. Been more than a couple weeks since our Shogun.
Yeah. Great show.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Very violent.
It's on, it's on Netflix? Disney. It's on Disney. It is subtitled. I know some people don't like that. I'm assuming it's also dubbed. We don't watch anything dubbed. It has to be subtitled. Because it's all in mostly Japanese. They speak a fair bit of English.
They do.
But especially in the beginning, a lot of Japanese. It's so good. Love it. So yes, highly recommend Shogun. We're just annoyed because it's kind of back to, it's like all the different streaming services and you only get one episode a week.
Yes.
Like, because we would have binged Shogun because both of us were so into it. And then the other one we've been watching is The Gentleman. That's on Netflix. Yeah. Yes. The Gentleman, that one is directed by Guy Ritchie. So anyone who's familiar with anything Guy Ritchie, it is hardcore Guy Ritchie. It's insane. I love it. It's so dumb.
So much happens every episode.
Oh yeah, every episode is nuts. We have a couple more episodes left. And it's insane. And I've really been enjoying it because Guy Ritchie just has a really weird way of filming and telling his stories. And yeah, good times. Pure chaos. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Okay, we're going to trim this down to roughly 4 inches by 5 1/4. Just my kind of standard go-to. I like that. You know? I like it. It was fun. It's fun. Okay.
Yeah, the Shogun show is so good.
The Rock is one of my favorite Nick Cage videos. Yes. I think, do we have that on the list? Didn't we watch The Rock like a few years ago?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Chris and I watched that again I watched it when I was much younger.
With Sean Connery.
Yes, Sean Connery. Oh, he could read me bedtime stories.
Not anymore, but he could have.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah, because he passed, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he was like so... Amazing actor. Yeah, The Rock was a good. I really enjoy that movie. That's a good one. Like that was one of the first movies besides The Matrix that I got on like DVD, and I remember watching that one like so many times. So yes, another really good one. Um, didn't he do Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? Yes, I think that's a Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, that is a guy. I
Yes.
love that movie too.
Yeah,
It's,
add that to the
It's
list.
pure Britishness.
Oh yeah. Oh, very British.
Yeah.
Very British. Yes. Yeah, I get it. And then that's the same thing with The Gentleman. They're always like they're always having tea. Like all the little gangsters sitting
Yes.
down and they're all being served tea. Like just the way he does it, it's so British and it's the way and it's funny. I get a kick out of Guy Ritchie stuff. So anywho, okay, this is trimmed down. Back to what I was doing. Let's add some adhesive. I remember watching the original Shogun. Yeah, I've never seen the original, but I bet it's probably pretty good too.
I bet it is.
This new one though is amazingly well done so far. I'm very impressed.
The setting. It's just so gorgeous.
Oh yeah, it is very well done. So yeah, and very humorous in parts.
Yeah.
You know, like I get a kick out of it. Okay, so we're gonna adhere. I just little dabs of adhesive, and then we're gonna just stick these on, just like so. And then we can tuck in the other one. Okay. And then we'll tuck in this guy. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. What was the one with Brad Pitt when he was a barefisted fighter? You mean Fight Club? We don't talk about Fight Club.
Was there a different one where he was like that?
Maybe.
Think of like...
there's so many. Fight Club is one of my favorite movies. That one is one I watched because that came out when I was a teenager. I watched that movie on VHS. So you had to sit at the VHS player and like try to hit pause to catch all the spots where he'd flicker in.
Yeah.
Because that was part of it, you know, because we saw it in theaters, and then I would sit there and try and catch all the times they would do things like that. The things we had to do back in the day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Fight Club is him and Edward Norton. Very good. Okay. Does Simon Says inks have a squishy foam pad? Yes. The Simon inks.
Oh, they were talking about Snatch, right?
They are, yeah, a foam. And yes, they're squishy, which I don't mind this at all. The only thing to remember is like when I'm using, and I'm not going to press this in here because this is green, with squishy foam pads, is you don't want to be as like, you know, swirling your brush in it and your tools and things because it is softer. But I just tap, you know, doot, doot, doot. Picks up the ink, we're good to go. Whereas the linen foam pads, you know, or the felt with linen, such as the Distress, Ulta New Fresh Dye inks, etc., those type, you can be a little rougher with them. So yeah, just different types. But these ones, I like them. I like them. They take a little getting used to. Like when they first released them, and I first got them, I had more because it's like again, it's that you can tap, you know, your stamps on a felt and linen pad. You can, you know, with these you need to use lighter pressure. So it was just figuring that out in the beginning, but I've been fine. It's been what, a year or more now? More than a year? It's been more than a year since they started releasing these inks. I forget how long it's been. Again, you guys, my sense of time. I forgot it was Easter next week.
Like, yeah, we did.
I don't even remember nothing no more. But yeah, they are the squishy. They're squishy. Let's get these adhered because I think I might want to add other splatter. Maybe we'll see. Jake Gyllenhaal has redone. Yes, Jake Gyllenhaal, the new Roadhouse. I can't think about Roadhouse without thinking about Peter Griffin.
Yes, I know.
And Family Guy ruined it. Roadhouse. Yeah, I sent the preview to Chris and I was like, I want to watch this movie. It looks ridiculous. I also like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's nice eye candy. And the movie just looks. I don't think I've seen the original.
Roadhouse?
I don't think I was allowed to watch that when I was. Because I think that came out when I was a kid, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Like, it's old. Patrick Swayze, though. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Anywho. Okay. So we got our little leaves attached. Do you want to link to the greenery wafer dye again? It is listed, but Chris will post it. It's the Lush leaves. I know. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. We want to do that. We're going to add twine, of course. My plan is like that one and maybe another one. And maybe that one. Is that the plan? Something. Okay. So we're going to do twine, as is tradition. Because that's just what we do now. So we're going to wrap some twine around. And then I'm getting things in the way. Okay. Oh, we'll definitely watch the original one as well. I have zero expectations. Like, even the new one, like, just from the preview, I was like, I don't think this is going to be, like, the best movie ever, by far. But I consider that kind of stuff like mindless entertainment. But the original one, I do plan to watch, because I don't think I've seen it. Because, yeah. Let's get that. There we go. Oop, get out of there. And we can pull that under there. Boop, boop. Give him a little tappy tap. And we got our little bow. So that's one. And then we just got to repeat the process. Okay. Original Roadhouse was 1989. Yeah, that came out when I was a kid, and I definitely, yep, wouldn't have seen it. Or if I did, a lot of it was like the TV version when I was on my grandparents. Because there's a lot of movies. There was one Chris and I watched a while ago, and I was like, I do not recall the majority of this movie. And I was like, probably because it was all edited out for television. So, yeah. Okay. We'll do this again. Wrap the twine around. You start the knot. And then reverse tweezers. Because they can hold it just like so. And then that way I can wrap the things around. There we go. Doop. There we go. Get out of there. Okay. Pull that tight. Zhuzh a little more. Give him a little tappy tap. Here we go. And then, boop. There. So, we did that. And then, I want to start adding butterflies. And if you bend them a little bit, I can kind of... Yeah. So, if we stick some little foam squares just on the edges, and then if you stick glue down just the center, that way, press the center down, and then the little foam squares give it a little bit of dimension. And if you want more dimension, you can use like thicker foam squares. I'm just using thinner ones. And then this is another good use for the reverse tweezers, is I can put those to hold that in place and then go on to the next one and repeat the process again and again. Just like so. Okay. Oh, yes, the mask. Oh, yeah, I liked the mask. I like Jim Carrey. Or at least the older Jim Carrey. Current Jim Carrey's a little bit something else, but anyway. Okay, we're gonna press that into place, and then this is why having multiples can help. Can I do it with this one? I think I can. Oh yes. Hold that, and then the final one. And there we go. There we go. All right. And then run a line right down the center for the body. Just gonna tuck that one like right there. Somebody had asked recently how many pairs of reverse tweezers I own. Many. Oh, this one, I can kind of get it. Many for things like this. And also because if you only have one, they do grow legs and walk away. But if you buy them some friends, it just, the minute I got a couple extra pairs, they never disappear anymore. Although you'd think that would happen with my watercolor paper, considering how much watercolor paper I own. Is what it is. Anyway, okay. So we'll let that one dry. And then we're just gonna, those are gonna go on the inside. Doop. Okay. Oh, The Mask with Cher. I was thinking the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey. I loved that movie as a kid. I thought it was so funny.
I don't think it's aged too well.
Oh, it probably hasn't. Like, a lot of that style of humor has not aged well at all. So. Like, yeah. But then again, a lot of movies, media, everything from, up until whatever point, and even now, stuff doesn't age properly. Just is what it is. Alrighty. There we go. Okay, let's do this again. Since we're doing two, you just gotta repeat. So we'll get that one. Press the body in, and then the wings can go down. That one will be dry. So now I can kind of do this again, sorta. And then we'll keep putting. I had to get reverse tweezers. How was they? Yeah, like they are handy little tools. I have been using reverse tweezers for so many years. I still have my original pair. That one I'm not sure exactly where it went. It's probably in my I have a drawer of random tools. Um, kind of like a junk drawer, and it's just random crafty tools that I don't use very often, but I'm not going to get rid of them because every once in a blue moon, um, you need your crocodile or whatever. So yeah, I have extra my original pair of reverse tweezers along with probably a couple other pairs in that drawer, along with whatever other random tools are in there. Okay, and then we'll just do it again. Press the body, let the wings be a little bit popped up, and then take the reverse tweezers, and it can hold it in place. Fabulous. Fabulous. I rewatched Jaws this week. Haven't seen it in years. Yeah, Chris and I watched that. It was a couple of years ago, too.
Yeah, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yep. We're going to need a bigger boat. Yeah.
It's the only quote I can ever remember from that movie.
Pretty much. Yeah. And that movie single-handedly instilled a severe fear of sharks in me. Like, I live in the middle of the country. I've been to the ocean like very few times in my life.
Thalassophobia or whatever.
But yeah, I am the thought of a shark. I was on a boat. I was in the Bahamas where there are actual sharks. I was on a yacht and I remember seeing a fin break the water and I nearly vomited. I was terrified. I am on the like it's nowhere near me. I'm not even getting in the water, and I almost started sobbing. And then it came further. It was a dolphin, and I'm like, I need therapy, man.
Dolphins can be just as mean as sharks.
I know, right? But needless to say, afterwards, when we did go like snorkeling and stuff, I literally made sure that I was in the center of the group and that there was plenty of like bait around me. All this like the sharks will pick them off before it gets to me.
They attack from below.
We could see it was like 50 feet, roughly, not even where we were. But I could barely enjoy it because I was just like on the lookout for sharks because we were all gonna die. Even though there was like not cruise, like other yachts and tourist boats and everything all around, and then tons of people. But I was just like, you ain't getting me today. So unhealthy fear of sharks. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Get. Kind of. That's not even. Let's just hold that for a second. It's just being annoying. Anyway. It probably ran off with your watercolor paper. Probably. No, my original reverse tweezers, they're definitely in the drawer. That I know. The watercolor paper, I don't know. It's going to be in some stupid... I keep like looking around, but it's like I have such a mess to clean up too. Anyway. Is what it is. Okay. I think these are good. So there's our... Do I want to add... Do I want to add splatter? Of course I do. I didn't link to it. Black Soot Distress Paint. Go under, just click on, click on the categories. Yeah. Scroll down to Splatter Faves. Yep. Because I've got a list for that stuff, as always. Yep. And it'll be the Black Soot Distress Paint and the fan brush, the middle one. That one. Yep. Those are what I'll use. Oh, and this. Scroll up. No. Yep. Yeah. The top right.
This one?
Yep. Okay. We're going to add some black splatter. And I remembered. There we go. Okay. Back to what I was doing. I thought there was a new Jaws movie out. No, not a new Jaws. They came out with a second one of the Jason Statham ones.
Oh, the Megalodon.
The Meg. Yeah. Loved it. Stupidest movie ever. But same thing. Put Jason Statham in a movie. I will sit and watch it. I will watch him go after a big prehistoric shark. And I'm like, yeah. But yeah, there's a sequel. We didn't watch that, did we?
We have not watched the sequel.
Put that on the list too. We need to watch it. Chris is like,
the list is getting very long.
It is getting very long. But yeah, I enjoyed that movie. It was so dumb. But again, Jason Statham. He's just fun.
He's kind of a character actor.
He is. Yeah. I enjoy silly movies like that. Okay, so we got some black, and then we're gonna use my little fan brush and add some scary black splatter, because this is what I like to do. Just gives it that little swirl it in there. And then the thing to always remember with distress paint, it does dry permanent. So you most definitely want to wash off your brush and everything afterwards, because black soot especially, all distress paints dry permanent, but black soot, it's pigmented, it is black, and it makes a huge mess if you don't clean it up right away. So we got some black splattery goodness on here. Let's just boop. Okay. There we go. So now we just gotta let that splatter dry. So I'm gonna kind of move those up over there so I don't hopefully mess them up. Hopefully. Put my little guys away, my little petty magnet that I love. And then on the inside, so the insides of my cards, my glasses are like bugging me.
Did your little fuzzy come on?
No, my little fuzzy. I still need to get that dealt with. No, they keep, because my face feels oily and my glasses keep sliding. Plus my nose is drippy because I'm live. All the things that it's so difficult. Okay, so got the insides of our cards. These are going on the outside. Where is the other sentiment? There it is. Just because we're gonna freehand this guy, and if he decides not to behave and not to stamp nice, because I can stamp it separately and just adhere it on top. Have you ever dropped a card when bringing it out of the splat box? Yep. Generally, it's been manageable. I try to be very careful, or I'll leave them in there depending on what I'm doing. I just don't have a lot of space, But I've knocked things over and made a huge mess and just so many mistakes, so many. But yeah, it happens. It happens. I need a bigger desk. I know. So do I. I need more space, man. Okay. We're gonna, how do I want to do this? Yeah. We're just gonna stamp him right along. Oh. Love when that happens. Love that for me. Okay. I'm gonna do it again. Yes. Yes. Put the lid on. Oof. Clean that ink off. put that stamp because it's little. Let's put him right back on his little sheet here so that I don't lose him. Because otherwise I would lose him and that would be really sad. Stick him right back in there. Okay. Stick that right back in there. I have a mess to clean up. I'm going to have to blast this with my heat tool to heat set this ink because I'm not clear embossing this. So let's... Hello to Denmark. Yes. And yeah, when I'm heat setting things, especially on the insides of my cards, I do the front and the back. That just helps kind of minimize the warping. And then while I'm at it, I don't normally heat set the splatter, but we're live, so I'm just gonna give it a little encouragement. Careful. Okay. Should be good enough for now. These look decent. Another way to test it, if you're not 100% certain, is to take a tissue, and sometimes I'll just go like this. Teensy bit. And I'll just press just to remove any excess, and it also can tell whether or not something is dry. And we're good. We're good. So now I can adhere. I've got glue goobers. Okay, now we can hear that remaining butterfly on the inside. Just like so. Got our little butterfly. And then do that a second time. Doop. Doop. Got those. And then we can fold that guy over. Reinforce that score with the bone folder. Repeat the process on the second card front. So card bases are ready. This is not 100% dry yet. So I'm gonna have to take the, yeah, we'll adhere the sentiments. So I purposely didn't put the die cut sentiment in place before I did the splatter. I've talked about this in other videos. I try to avoid having vellum on my cards when I'm doing splatter because, like we were talking about earlier, vellum is just a finicky thing. And I have had times in the past where I had, you know, vellum outline or vellum die cuts or whatever, and I've splattered, and you think it's dry. It's not. And then I smeared it, and it was, you know, had to like pull things apart and fix it, yada yada. So I will avoid that if I can, because I'm the worst for that. It's like, is it dry? And stick your finger in it. Same with like glossy accents. That's why you guys don't see me use glossy accents very often, because I can't help myself. It's like, is it dry yet? And just stick your finger in it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Do you always sort? Yeah, these were already scored. The card bases, they were already scored. Because they definitely, especially because again, this is the same cardstock I've used. This is Simon Says Stamps 120 pound smooth white cardstock, and it needs to be scored before you fold it, because it will crack. It is thick. It is thick cardstock, so it's already scored, because I had that all ready to go ahead of time. So I'm just gonna tuck these kind of into here. Get in your, there we go. Doop. Yes. Yes. Okay. There we go. And then this one will pop into place with just a thin, I didn't link to these. Can you look up waffle foam?
Waffle foam?
Yep. And you'll want the thinner one, the 0.063. I know that offhand. 0.063. That's the one. So yeah, my little waffle flower foam strips, just the thinner ones, and my little scissors. I'm gonna trim that, get it into place, get that one, and I just need a little guy. There we go. Okay, so put those on the back of these, and then maybe inspire me, because there are those days where I don't want to do anything. Well, one, thank you, and two, heard. That was also why I went live yesterday. For those that watched it, I went live just unprompted, unscheduled, just random, and all I was doing was labeling ink pads. Because yes, there are many times where I just, you know, life sucks sometimes, and yeah. So doing something crafty adjacent, you know, whether it's like labeling, swatching, organizing, more often than not, if the minute I start organizing, I come across, it's like, oh, I haven't used this stamp set in forever, or I forgot I had this, and then I stop organizing and I start making things, you know. Hence why I haven't organized in a very long time. I have such a mess to deal with, but yeah, it helps. And we get that peeled off. This is pretty. I always think of mixed media as grunge. Oh yeah, you know, I love grunge. You know, when Tim Holtz is live, I am seated. Can't get much else done. Love it. Love the brown and like the grunge. You know, love it. It's not my style. I don't do that hardly ever. But yeah, you can totally do mixed media. I didn't use any brown. Brown would have looked good on this, but yeah, you know, make things your own style. If you don't like black splatter, don't do it. If you don't like this color combo, do things in the color you like. That's the beauty of it. So yeah, okay. I think as after what I just said, and I'm like, is it dry? Mostly dry. Anyway. Okay. So now all we gotta do, I think as long as I'm careful, these are mostly dry. Mostly dry. Okay. We're gonna carefully flip them over and put Big Mama foam tape on the back to give it just a little bit of dimension. Not a whole lot, but just a smidge. Okay. Just a smidge. Okay. And then there we go. Yep. So far so good. Haven't ruined anything yet. The key word here being yet. Yep. Oh, oh, oh. See? Oh. Something smeared. What did I do? I don't know. Everything looks okay. So whatever I did, we're good. Everything's good. Like I got a black smear on my work surface, but no, everything looks okay. That's also one of the things. That's also why I like, why I started adding splatter and mucking around like this and sprays and everything else. Things don't need to be crisp and perfect. And, like, and again, I'm not knocking that. I've said it a million times. I love the look of clean and simple. Absolutely love it. And I think it's a definite art form. Um, but yeah, the more splatter and muckies and whatever you add to it, the less you see the mess I made, you know? So that's the thought process anyway. Um, I remember when you started that roll of foam tape. Do you? Because I don't. I don't remember. Considering how many cards I make though and how often I use this, these rolls last me a very long time. Like, I only repurchase once every, gosh, maybe once a year? Maybe? I'm not even sure. Like, again, I make a lot of cards and I use this stuff a lot, but it lasts. It lasts a very long time. Okay. Got that. Okay. Go. Well, Amy, at least you didn't like it. Yeah, don't lick the artwork. I'm telling people that. Because I also don't seal anything ever. I get, depending on what I'm doing, I get asked that a lot. Like, what do you use to seal it? And I was like, I don't, ever. I just don't bother. Okay, got that one. I showed it probably yeah, it was a while ago when I started this roll, but I showed in one of my lives. It wasn't this. I don't think it was this roll specifically, but I have a backup, a brand new one, and I remember showing that in one of my lives because to demonstrate like why it's called Big Mama. Because yeah, they're enormous. Like a brand new roll of Big Mama foam tape. It's about the size of a vinyl record. It's huge. So yeah, don't let this little guy fool you because this one's like about 3/4 used up at this point. Okay, everything's lined up. I peeled off the tape. Oh wait, I'm annoyed. I don't like that. I don't like that edge. It's not folded all the way to the edge and that bugs me. So we're just gonna hold that and fix it. If I can. Sort of. It's a little bit better. I love when your score line was a little bit crooked. It's like that on this one too. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, that's fine. We're good. We're good. Okay, back to what I was doing. There we go. And now, gotta center this. My head's probably gonna get in the way. Enter. Look at all the little margins. And then you commit. And fix the bow. There we go. Okay, there's one. And then repeat. That one. And then we just gotta add some bling, because of course I've got bling to go with these.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Oh, and yes, just because I'm seeing things in the comments. Simon's foam tape doesn't. It used to do this, and then it changed. It's been years. It used to be a nightmare to remove the backing paper. I've shown I don't have an issue anymore. However, when you are dealing with foam tapes that have just stubborn backing paper that does not want to come off, and you're like, oh, all you need is either pokey tool or your scissors, and you just choose a corner, you know, and work it up until you get that free edge, and then you're good to go. And you can do the same thing with your scissors, you know, good pointy pair of scissors, get it in there, work up so you get that free edge, and then you're good to go. I used to have to do that with the original Big Mama foam tape. It just is what it was, but it hasn't been like that now for years. But I still have some foam tapes that just they're finicky, you know. So I just use them pokey tool, and we're good to go. Good to go. Okay. So I'm a cheap chicken. I'll use that foam tape till it's all gone. Same thing. Even if it's like finicky to use, especially when it comes to like foam tapes and adhesives, I will keep using it. Like I will find little tips and tricks to make it work for me, and I will use it up because that stuff's not cheap. Okay, we got our cards. Now we need some bling. I've got a. Oh, I have other bling that I didn't link to. Ooh, I got ideas. I got yellow. So purple. I don't think I have a purple though. Simon needs to come out with a actual purple because the one they did come out with recently was lilac, I think, and that's too light. Okay, let's see what we got here. I linked to these two. These are the Taffy Positively Dazzling Gems and Surf Positively Dazzling Gems. You can look up SE102. Yeah. Because that's Sunbeam Positively Dazzling Gems. Yep. And then, yeah, they have lilac, but it's not the right color. It's like a, it's pretty. It's just not going to go with what I'm doing today. It's more like a pink. Yeah, that's not going to go with this. But yeah, these, Simon started releasing these, was it last month? Okay, you could, I don't, what year is it? I don't even know anymore. Anyway, they released like a whole bunch of them last month or the month before, whenever it was. And these are glass. They're glass, and they have little like silver backing to them, which just makes them more sparkly. See, very, very sparkly. And they're in these little cute little containers, and they got little paw prints even on the containers. And you get like a bajillion of these. There's like a couple hundred plus, I guess, in these containers. They talked about them live or something. And then they just, they're fun. They're fun. So I'm going to use these three anyway, since I don't have a purple. So yeah, Sunbeam, Taffy, and Surf. So yeah, they're fun. We'll just put a few. We're not going to go too crazy. That one, and then we'll add a couple yellow into the mix. Just because we can. So I'm going to need that. And then we're just going to stick them here and there. on these because the camera just doesn't pick up the like sparkliness of them, in my opinion. Okay, so I'll do there and there. I'll stick there. And then there. Are they very dimensional? The two smaller sizes aren't. The biggest one, the biggest size, because like look how big that is. It is. It sticks up quite a bit. It actually sticks up a good, like, at least 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, the biggest one is about 1/8 of an inch. Is big. I don't use the biggest ones as often. It depends on what I'm doing, you know? Um, so yeah. Gonna get some of these aqua ones in here. Do another little, do a tiny little pink one. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of get where you're supposed to go. There you go. That one. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of apply them, like that. That's the plan. Change my mind. Put that one over there. That one over there. One over here. Over there. Not following any rules with where these are being placed. I did that in one live, kind of explained the rules of threes and, you know, odd numbers and triangle formations. They're good theories. They're good rules to have. And then I break them all. I just stick them wherever I think they're going to look pretty. That's all that matters to me. Okay, let's do one more. And I think that'll be good. Yeah. And then let's move these up so I don't knock over these containers because I do that all the time. I don't need any of those ones because I'm not using them. And then let's just adhere them. And while I'm doing that, while I'm adhering, the unpaid intern can he can pick a couple winners and I will mail these cards out. Hopefully this week I'll be able to mail them out. I mailed out all the other ones earlier this week because even though my week was hell and chaos, I still managed to get out and at least got things mailed out. There we go. So we'll just stick all these little guys into place. There.
We need 2 winners, right?
Yep. 2 cards equals 2 winners. Did I get them all? Yeah. It's got those adhered, and then I'll show them like closer up at the end here with the to show all the sparkle and whatnot. There we go. And that one. That one. Don't forget the numbers from random so that I can get them addressed. There we go. Another pro tip, put the glue on a cardstock, not on the gem. Follow me for more pro tips. Fix that later. Anyway.
The winners
are... Okay. There we go. There are the finished cards. Let's put these back in the containers and put the lids on them so that I do not, so that I don't lose anything or knock anything over, because that's always guaranteed to happen. There we go. There we go. We did it. Sort of. Getting there. Okay. Did you get it?
Yep, I'm just. The winners are a Sylvia Torres and Susan Aylesworth.
Okay, Sylvia Torres. Recognize that name. She comments a lot. And what was the other one?
Susan Aylesworth.
Susan Aylesworth. Congrats. I will mail these hopefully this week. So there's the finished card. Cards. Let me quickly do the little flashlight so you guys can actually see the. There we go. All the sparkly goodness from that mica stain spray. Super fun. So yeah, there's sparkly mixed media, fun, and then always gotta have something on the inside. So yeah, there we go. Okay, and then like always, let me switch back over here. There we go. Like always, I can move that a bit. Let me just do a little bit of zhuzhin. There we go. Yeah. There's the finished cards. And back to what I was saying. Like always, I will post links to all the things. Most of them are there. I'll edit and add the ones that Chris helped add during the live. So that'll be done once I'm done this live. And then I'll do the photos and the blog posts and the social media stuff. So that'll all be coming a little later today. And then yeah, just stay tuned about next Sunday. Because yeah, I just at this moment I can't even. A week from now is very far away. So no plans as of yet, like in stone, whether or not we'll go live or whether or not I'll just take the day off. That's foreign to me. I work all the bloody time. But we'll see. If not, I just either way. You guys will know because I'll post it on all my socials whether or not I'll either post that we're doing it or I post that we'll skip it. We'll just see. And of course I'll have many other videos coming because I got so many ideas. So many products, so many ideas, not enough time. And oh, I'll show the rest of this shirt too, because yeah, this I've had for a long time. For those that are like that one, like this is from Torrid. I got this a couple years ago or something, but I was in a very much rainbow mood, and we got My Little Pony.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm very rainbow today. Oh, I should have worn my rainbow rings.
Oh well.
I left them upstairs. I got sticky notes. Oh, I got a mess to clean up. So yeah. Yeah, we're very rainbow. I'll be wearing this in June. All June. It is June all year round around here. Anyway, not going to start that. I just can't help poking the bear. Ooh, I got to put these little wafer dies in their little package. So yeah, like I said in the beginning with the coordinating Tim Holtz sets and wafer dies, I have the link I posted in the description box below. You guys can check them out because there's those the three sets that I used today. There's also, which I haven't used yet, but I have it. And it's linked in there too. There's this was one of the newer ones that Tim Holtz released, this Love Notes set. And then same thing, Simon Says Stamp did a coordinating wafer die set. So I had ordered this and then it's been sitting here just waiting. So I'll get to it hopefully in the near future. So yeah, just add that to the pile of all the things that I need to deal with. But so yeah, I will have videos coming all sorts of videos as always, like I always do. And yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and chatting and distracting me. So many distractions today. I was so determined today to like make this a shorter live because those of you, I know you guys don't really care, those that tune in regularly. My lives tend to run about this length and I'm fine with it. But I was all like, I'm gonna like get this done because I do have so many other things I need to deal with today specifically. But it was fun. I enjoyed the distractions and the random chats and just all of it, all the ADHD goodness. It was loads of fun. So I hope you guys, yeah, Amy squirrels. Yeah, that's basically what you guys are. You're my squirrels, and you just distract me. But it's good. It's good. It was a good time. Hopefully, it was had by all. And now I have an absolute disaster to clean up. That's gonna be fun. So yeah, got the socials and the photos and the editing and the blog post and the cleanup and taxes. I got taxes to deal with because that's also why just so much fun, so much fun. And yeah, like always, this will stay up for my replay peoples. And yeah, you guys can check it all out and just oh, let me watch while I practice sewing. Yeah, I haven't used my sewing machine in a minute. I was gonna pull it out for a project the other day, and then I just didn't. But yeah, I do enjoy sewing on my cards. That's something else that, um, yeah, there's something about it. I don't know. It's yeah, it's fun. It's fun to just play and try different things as I'm like chatting with you guys. But we can chat for a little bit, answer questions, whatever, while I'm sort of cleaning up a bit here. Because why not? Why not? Um, and yeah, replays always stay up. I don't, sadly, I don't edit down these. I would love to be able to, but it, yeah, yeah. To try and edit these down is just a massive amount of time. And I don't have it. I don't have it. So I won't say I won't ever. Maybe someday I'll be able to do like edited replays, but I think for me, I post enough content anyway that yeah. And there have been a couple times now where it's like I did a video, I did a live, and the technique I used or just what I did, um, I really really enjoyed it, or I wanted to like revisit it, and then I would do, but in a different way slightly, or I change things up so I don't do the exact same thing, but I'll do a edited normal length video. So yeah, is that all the butterflies in this set? I think so. I just want to make sure I'm not losing anything because personally, I prefer when the sets come like this, like unweeded. That's what it's called. Like it's called weeding when they remove the excess. Um, I actually personally like that it's there. It's a little annoying to pull them out the first time because they're still connected, but that way I always know for sure exactly what stamps, you know? Whereas sometimes I'm like, did I forget one? But that's just a personal thing. So yeah, is what it is. Is what it is. Um, too much work to go. Yeah, it is. It's just editing videos on a regular basis is the bulk of what takes the most of my time for this as a job is editing. It takes forever. And then to try and edit my lives specifically because like that's 2.5 hours. What are we at right now? Yeah, almost 3 hours. Sorry, almost 3 hours of footage. Nope, not happening. Not going to happen. I can't do it. So, anywho, yeah, and Chris is out of here. He's the unpaid intern has done his time. He's done and gone. It's all good. I'm missing. Oh, there's the butterfly. Wafer dies. Okay, let's put everything where it belongs. No. Oh, those are the dies for the other set. Okay, I was like, what is happening here? I trace them with a Sharpie. Yeah, I might have to start doing that. We'll see. We'll see. So far, thankfully, I haven't lost any of my Tim Holtz stamps, you know, but I'm sure with me, it's only a matter of time because I tend to misplace and lose just about everything. It just is what it is. I like them unedited. Yeah, I enjoy watching other people's, like, other card makers' lives. Um, I don't know. I enjoy them, and I know not everyone does, and that's fine. I'm only going to address this just because I don't even. Yeah, there's almost no point because the people that do want to complain aren't going to be watching at this point. But like, I've had some kind of ridiculous comments and complaints about the lives. You know, I don't have time for this. You know, it's too long. Someone recently was just like, "Do you post videos that aren't such a time hog?" And I'm like, "Yeah, all the time, literally, like multiple a week. I have thousands of videos on my channel at this point, like well over 2,000 videos. Yeah, a lot. Um, the lives are technically just a bonus. You know, I didn't take away what I was already doing. I added to it. So yeah, but no matter what, people are going to find something to complain about. Just is what it is. Do you ever use powdered watercolors? No. I use the shimmer ones, like the Lindy's Magicals and then Tonic's Nouveau shimmer powders. So similar. Um, but that's it. I don't use any, like, I know there's is it Color Burst? Yeah. Those are fun. I had a couple of them, but I prefer the shimmery ones because I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I want the shimmer. So yeah. Um, oh yes, they'll sit and watch and whine about it. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Tim Holtz says he gets the same crank complaints about him. Oh, about time. Oh yeah, like, and I've talked about this many times because one, I watch all of Tim Holtz lives because just the amount of information and inspiration and everything and entertainment, they're amazing. Like, that dude's brain is just so creative. Um, Yeah, you know, the level of entitlement is through the roof when a person will say to Tim Holtz, either in the comments or they'll email him with the words, just shut up and craft already. That will forever live in my head rent free. I'm like, really? Really? Like, take several seats. Like, man, people. So yeah, he gets some interesting ones. And then he gets spicy. I enjoy I've talked about this with Mario. It's like, I like spicy Tim, and Mario's like, I love Captain Obvious. I was like, him too. So yeah, when spicy Tim enters the chat when he's going in on people that like to whine and complain, or when Captain Obvious makes an appearance, it's like, yep, we're here for it. I just picked up some Lindy's Magicals. Can't wait to play with them. Yes, and I have a playlist on my main, like, YouTube channel, like on the main page, whatever. I have a I think it's just called Shimmer Powders playlist. I forget what it's called. I have so many playlists. I can't even keep track of them all. But I do have a playlist because I've done so many videos using the Tonic Nouveau, which they work in the same way, just different brands. And they're beautiful. I love them. The Lindy's Magicals and the Tonic ones, they're so shimmery and they're just fun. I'm gonna have to pull them out again. I haven't used them in a little bit. I'll have to pull them out and play with them. Yeah, the Brush-Os. Yes, the Brush-O powders, same idea as like the Color Burst. So they're just basically like kind of like straight up pigment. And they don't have shimmer. So that's why I don't use them. But they're pretty. They're very pretty and really fun. The early Color Burst were weapons of mass destruction. Pretty much. They're all of those types of things though. Once you're dealing with powders, like pigment powders and shimmer pigments and things, tiny little bit goes a very long way. Like a very long way. You do not need much with those. Talking like that to Tim Holtz could be called blasphemy. It is. It kind of is. Well, you're watching one. I am like the queen of snark. Really, really. That's what, I was hesitating to do lives for a long time. Um, I got a mouth on me and I got an attitude. And I've talked about this in other videos. I laugh about it, but it's true. I don't like being told what to do. You're not my real dad. You can't tell me what to do. So, yeah. Yeah, I can get a little offensive. Not offended. Other people get offended. I get offensive. I can't help it. I can't help it. Uh yeah, you have to tap and not squeeze. Those are like, oh yeah. Yeah. When dealing with shimmer powders, very light hand. And if you're new to them, you've never played, just go very light with them until you get used to what, regardless of the brand, whether it's a shimmer powder or just a pigment powder, watercolor powder, any of those, just be very gentle until you get to know, because all it takes is you squeeze one of those bottles even just like once and it'll just like explode, the equivalent of like a quarter teaspoon of powder, which doesn't sound like much, but that is tons, and it gets everywhere. It gets everywhere. Uh yeah, and even yeah, they do. They're fun. They're fun. And again, not for everyone. You know? Um that's the beauty of crafting. Not even just card making. It's just the beauty of crafting. Everyone has, different styles. Everyone has different preferences. Everyone has different um, you know, just different everything. I like to dabble in just about everything because that's just how I am. And again, it's the ADHD. So I'm always just like jumping around to different coloring mediums, different techniques, different this, different that. And I have fun with it. But it's not for everyone. Some people like clean and simple. Some people like grunge, mixed media, add all the brown. Da, 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 da. Some people like super, super dimensional, tons of foam tape. Your card ends up being this thick and it looks amazing. And that's the beauty of it. I love it. I love it. So, anywho, and then yeah, like things like shimmer powders and that. Yeah, for some people, um, making messes like that, they're just like no, and I get it. It's fine. There's so many. We have so many options. We have so many options and so many products and inks and powders and watercolors and cardstock and paper and just so many things. So many things. So many things. So it's loads and loads of fun. Um and yes, I agree with you, but people don't need to be rude about it. Exactly. Like and I wish more people would just get that through their noggin, that none of this, and I've talked about this before, is being forced on you. I'm not forcing you. No one is forcing you to watch the video. You can click, oh, go find something else. You can, follow makers that you find inspiring or that you like their personalities more or whatever it is. I am not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure because people like to do that and I like to snap back with that one. Unfollowing. Don't care. you know, it just, it's all free content. Free content. Free content. Freely available. You can watch it when it works for you. You can choose not to watch, And if you don't like something, just, yeah. Like, I see things a lot. I'll be watching a video and it's like, I'm just not feeling it. Don't care for it, whatever. I'll just click out. I don't feel the need to inform them that it's like, I can't believe you put those two colors together. Like, people just need to not be so miserable. It's so unnecessary. I do understand it because it's like if you're very, very miserable, this will be my last little bit, but if you're very miserable in your personal life, sometimes it's like that just weird knee jerk reaction to try and like drag everyone down with you, whether it's online or like the people around you or whatever. But it doesn't help anything. And in the end, it's not going to make you feel better, you know, by ripping into like some anonymous maker on the internet or whoever. Um, and especially in the card making sphere, it kind of irks me because it's like the vast majority, 99.9% of everyone in card making is adults. You know, not to go back to what was going on in the beginning, but it's like we're all adults. You know, we're not a bunch of trolls online, kids that are having unfettered access, anything like that. So there's no excuse for it. There's no need for it. There's no excuse for it. And it's like either just yeah, and like the great Tim Holtz always says, if you can't find anything kind to say, find something kind to say. You know? Because I really don't hold with the if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. You know, yeah, if you're 100% like just absolutely miserable, gunning for a fight, and just want to insult everyone and everything, yeah, maybe just go get some therapy. But just find something nice to say. It's not that difficult, you know? And you never know sometimes. You could leave a nice comment on someone's little post or their video or whatever it is, and you just say something kind. You never know. You might just totally make their day. You know, there have been times where it's like I will be having like even for me, and I have, you know, more followers and I get a lot of comments and stuff. But every once in a while I could be having a really rotten day and I'll open up my one of my apps or whatever and it's, you know, a post I've done and someone will have left like just the nicest comment, you know, saying whatever it is they said. It was just something kind. And it's like, you know, that really made my day because I was feeling really crappy and then I saw something nice and it was like maybe life doesn't suck so much as I thought it did. So, yeah. Yeah. Um okay. I think that's gonna be it from me. Um Always remember when using baby wipes to make sure they do not have alcohol in them. Truth. Yes. Make sure most don't, but it's always good to check. That's why I always recommend not sponsored. I wish. Costco, the actual Costco, not the spam emails I get 5 million of. The real Costco. If you'd like to sponsor me, the Costco Kirkland wipes, alcohol-free. They're Tencel. They're plant fibers. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. So yeah, I am not above taking a Costco sponsorship. This video is brought to you by Kirkland Baby Wipes. I would totally do it if they would pay me. I haven't gotten any crazy on my videos yet, but watching news helping prepare me. Yeah, it happens. It's usually like 99% of the time. It's kind of whatever. Like I get some weird ones. And again, a lot of it though, it's my personality. I rub people the wrong way. And I'm blunt. Like I had someone upset with me because of the way it was a typed response, like a comment. And I responded to it. And then they came back and they were just like, you could be a little kinder in your response. And I was like, it's sometimes very difficult to convey tone. Like, I'm sorry I didn't add my little happy face at the end like I usually do. Because, yeah, I come across, I'm blunt. I can't help it, man. And if I'm responding to a ton of comments, I can't, like, just is what it is. Usually, I'm like, not most of the time, I type things with kindness. Sometimes I'm having a really bad day. And I'm just being extra blunt. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being extra blunt. It's like I answered the question. So, why without alcohol? You don't want to use alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, things like that, on your photopolymer or your rubber stamps, for that matter. It can damage them over time. If you did it once or, you know, here and there, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I think it's just been making the rounds. You know, people were recommending using like rubbing alcohol and things to like clean your stamps and that. Do not do that. You can like wreck the stamps. So that's why we recommend not using alcohol. I taught 6 to 9-year-olds. We practice finding nice things to say. Yes, and that's where it starts. But that's also why I get very frustrated in specific art. Thankfully, again, I say this with the acknowledgement that in card making, I genuinely personally believe that our card making sphere, you know, because there's all the different types of crafting and making, and, you know, because there's quilting and there's painting, and, you know, there's all the different genres. I genuinely believe that in card making specifically, because this is where I am, I've been in this for over 20 years, is the most positive, has the most positive people. The vast majority are positive and kind and awesome people. I 100% believe it. Like, it really is. The few, and it's very few, that are just miserable and negative and all they want to do is whine and complain. They're few. They're very, very few. And most of the time we don't even acknowledge it. It's like, just move on with our days. Sometimes I choose to, you know, sometimes I choose. I'll shine a light on it. I'll take a screenshot and I will post it publicly. Because if you want to post mean, nasty, rude, whatever crap in public, you're choosing to put it publicly, I can screenshot it. I don't care. And I will share your screen name. I don't care. And especially when it's connected to your real name. Again, I don't care. I don't care. If you want to be like that, you deserve to be called out on it. However, it doesn't happen very often, and I not often feel the need to do that. But it just gets frustrating when, again, like in card making, we're all adults. So there's no excuse for it. You know? It's like, y'all know better. But again, it's few. Almost everyone is super awesome. Really. Like, it's just the greatest, I think. We've got like some of the greatest peeps, in my opinion. So, yeah. I do it with alcohol things, but yeah. Try to avoid using alcohol on your stamps. Anything photopolymer, and then like rubber stamps. I use alcohol, like I have a spray bottle of rubbing alcohol, and I'll use that on things like stencils, my work surface, because it's glass. I'll use alcohol on that, you know? Cleans up, because it cleans up alcohol inks, it cleans up adhesive, yada, yada, yada. The only thing that you just want to avoid using alcohol on is your photopolymer and your rubber stamps. That's it. Everything else is good to go. It's all good. So yeah. Sorry. I'm like trying to read you guys. I watch your videos all the time and I watch them more than once. Thank you. I appreciate that. With that said, I hope you take this time next week and watch one of those movies with your family. Oh yeah, we'll see how it goes on Sunday. Yeah, it's gonna depend. I actually need to look at my calendar so I like have a visual. Cause yeah, no, National Treasure. That we'll probably wait to watch that with the kids. Right now, Chris started a Marvel movie marathon with them. Because there's like 5,000 Marvel movies. Like, there's so much. I love Marvel. I do. I've seen all of them. You know, we still have a couple of the series to catch up on. Hoy, there's so many. But yeah, those are all, you know, family friendly. So he started that with the kids because it's like there's so much. So usually one, maybe two a weekend sort of a thing. So they're in the middle of that, right? Not even in the middle. They're at the beginning of the Marvel stuff. And so yeah, we'll save National Treasure. It'll probably be next year. There's so many. It's so many. Okay. Bye, Leah. Oh, does the alcohol dry out the stamps? It can. I think that's what the concern is. The main concern. There might be like it got like Waffle Flower themselves addressed it with their grip mats, and I could almost see, especially with photopolymer, with rubber, alcohol would definitely over time would dry it up. If you've ever come across a really old rubber stamp, like a red rubber stamp, you know, like rubber, really old ones, they can be almost rock hard, like the rubber itself, for various reasons. It's not specifically because of alcohol, but like over time, that can happen. So if you're constantly using, like if that's all you use to clean them was alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, it would, I think, over time damage them. With photopolymer, I think it's a combination of it could cause them to, I don't even know if it would necessarily cause you to be brittle, but because I'm not sure of the exact chemical makeup of these. But my thing is, if you used alcohol all the time, is it could end up maybe possibly either, yes, hardening it, like wrecking it in that sense, or making it like gummy, if you know what I mean, you know? Because I could see that, like it just constantly permeating and just wrecking it. So yeah, alcohol to clean like glass, stencils. I'll use alcohol to clean even my cutting plates, my die cutting plates. If I get gunk on them, spray it with a bit of alcohol, wipe it off. You know, those sorts of things. Totally fine. Totally fine. So I hope that, yeah, I hope that that helped you guys with that. And yeah. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna go. All the lights and everything too are starting to contribute to giving me a little bit of a headache. And yes, just like Anita says, staining is fine. Stain stamps are love stamps. If you look at my other playlist, my beautiful flowers playlist, because that's the stamp set I've used 5 bajillion times. Literally, I've done over 30 videos using that set. That stamp, because it's a photopolymer set, that stamp is black. It is so stained because I've used it so much. It stamps perfectly because it's so conditioned, you know? Stain stamps are love stamps. So, okay. Anyway, I am going to go. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and chatting with me. I very much enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll get the photos and all the things done, and I didn't even do all the clean. I got distracted again. I got all the cleaning to do too. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. We'll see about next Sunday. I'll let you guys know. I'll have videos definitely coming between now and then anyway. And then we'll just see what happens in this chaos we call life. And yeah. I know. You did the whole live without freezing. I know. I know. Isn't that crazy? Don't know why. Not 100%. Where we have one other thing we're working on behind the scenes that was led up to the tech issues before I went live today. Thankfully, we like fixed it. I'm not even kidding. Like 2 minutes before I had to go live, but Chris has to work on it. It has to do with like our network and stuff. He's gonna work on that, and that is going to eliminate some of my issues, but we're not 100% certain if that's directly what's causing this. But it's always a hit and a miss. This one went off without a hitch. This camera hasn't frozen. This one hasn't frozen. But, you know, I'm sure the next time we go live, I'll be paying for it. I know. Don't tell anyone. Don't let the gremlins know. Okay, I'm going to go. I will talk to you guys later.